Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel today. My name is Jordan and I am so happy you're here. Today's video is going to be a Sephora and Ulta haul. The big part of the video is the try on review. This isn't a full face of first impressions, but it's almost a full face. I know I've been doing a few first impressions videos recently. I am really in the mood to try out new makeup. I typically just use the same thing a lot and just using what I currently have and not wasting any products. During this winter time, it's been a little bit different for my skin. My skin is a lot drier, like a lot of people's are. A lot of the products that are my favorites that I constantly use are not working for me currently. So I've had to buy a lot of different makeup products and then I'd have to return them because they wouldn't work. So just this cycle right now. I need to know if these products are actually going to work for me, not just for today, but beyond that. So that is what we're going to be doing today. So without further ado, let's get right on to this video. Okay, so starting with Sephora first, I actually have a Sephora order that I made online that is coming soon. I'll do like a little separate haul on that. There is a primer in there, which is why I'm going to be using a different primer. I don't think it's a new primer, it's just more new to me, and I actually don't know if it's at Sephora or not, but we'll get to that later. So what I bought at Sephora, that was a buy online pickup in store order. This is the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Concealer. This is a product I already have, so I never actually purchased it in the first place. My mom had two different shades and she really liked the concealers, but for some reason they don't work for her anymore, so she gave them to me. The ones that I have are so old. Literally, they smell like fish. They definitely expired. But the thing is this one, out of my other ones, I don't have like a big concealer collection, but I do have a handful of concealers. I just use different ones for different seasons and temperatures and the weather and whatnot. So this one actually works really good for me in colder weather, but I was using it even though it was expired because it was the only one that was working for me. I also got the shade Birch. This is one of the lighter shades. The shade I was wearing was cream, which was a little bit deep for me. I did make it work. It actually matched in with my skin, but this is just a little bit lighter and definitely more towards my skin tone and undertone. But I did buy another concealer just to try. I'm definitely in the market for a really good concealer. I am all about the high-end products if you've been subscribed to me for a while, but this is the Dior Forever Skin Correct 24-hour wear carrying full coverage creamy concealer. This is also a multi-use concealer, so you can use it for contour and probably other things that I can't think of at the moment, but this is in the shade 0 and Neutral. I got a lot of JEBeauty products. I haven't tried her full brand, but I really like her as a person. There's one product that I really like, but only in one shade. It's a Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in Bliss. So that is the matte version. She has dewy and matte versions. The Bliss shade is the only shade that works for me. I tried her more recent launch with Hope. Actually, that might be dewy, but the color just wasn't right for me. I actually tried it out in a previous first impressions video. If you haven't seen that yet, I did return that. So I'm just gonna stick with Bliss for now. I just really want to try out her entire brand. But the products that I did get from her this time, one is the Stay Vulnerable Liquid Eyeshadow in Nearly Mauve. What I really liked about this product online is that it shows different models in different skin tones with each shade on, and that was super helpful for me because obviously like I'm a lighter skin tone, but I need to know if shades like this kind of color will look good on me because a lot of like brown and nude tones, eyeshadow, lip colors, whatever the case may be, do not look good on me at all. So it was really helpful to see someone with my not exact skin tone but a similar light skin tone. This one looked like it would be the best shade on me, but we'll see. I also got the Always an Optimist Weightless Eye Primer. I see Angela Bright use this. She's been using it a lot recently, and no matter what she uses, her eyeshadow always looks amazing. But since I saw her use this with all of her recent eyeshadow looks, I thought I might as well give it a try. And then the last product from JEBeauty and also my buy online pickup in store order was the With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm in Praise. I don't think the color of the lip product is like the color of this box, but it could be similar. Yeah, it's pretty similar. So I think it looked a little bit different online. I'm not super into lip balms. I want to wear glosses to work, but then I'm like always snacking and eating because I'm always super hungry there. So I don't want to have to keep reapplying it and everything. I mean, I don't expect it to be super long wearing. If I could just put this on really quick and not have to worry about it getting all messy and everything. That would be really nice. Okay, and then Ulta, I just picked up a new brushes for Ulta Airbrush Full Coverage Complexion Brush number 77. I totally almost butchered that name. This is one of my favorite brushes. You've definitely seen me use that in all of or any makeup tutorial. Then I got the Tarte Amazonian Clay 16 Hour Full Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade Fair Neutral 12N, and I used to use this foundation so much. I started using it in high school, and then I brought it with me into college, and I was like constantly repurchasing this. This was such a good foundation, but I think because I wore it for several years, it actually started getting used to my skin, and then I stopped wearing it. But whenever I look at pictures of my skin in college, and acne wise, no, it wasn't the greatest, but foundation wise, my foundation always looked really good, and I'm thinking like, what did I use? I want to go back to that. It was also super long wearing. I would always wear this foundation when I went to parties, and even through sweat it would still last. I really want to try this again. I think they reformulated it just a tad bit to make it a little bit more hydrating, but it is a 16-hour wear foundation, but it really helps with pores. It's full coverage in a soft matte finish, and it's dermatologist tested and non-comedogenic. This is not makeup related, but skincare related. I got a repurchase of the Dermalogica Active Moist Moisturizer. This is my favorite moisturizer. I just bought the second size. I did not buy the big size like I normally do because there's like a $30 difference between the two. And then my last Ulta product is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek, kind of a tongue twister, in the shade Flexitarian. So this is one of their best sellers. It's an older product of theirs, but super well loved, and the reason why I'm getting it now, I've actually never tried it, is, and Tati mentioned this in one of her recent videos, she said a lot of her highlighters right now are looking gray on her, and I'm having the exact same problem. And I know that part of it is that because I do have sunspots right along here, whatever highlighter I put on top of that, it doesn't really matter the undertone for the most part. Maybe it does, but I just noticed it will start to look like very gray and dark. I've been on the hunt for a highlighter and one that will match my skin. It was between this one and Lunch Money, and online it looked like Lunch Money would match me, and then when I swatched it in the store, I'm like, that might be a little bit dark for my skin, like just slightly, so I'm gonna go with Flexitarian. And this one seemed to go with my skin tone a lot better. I didn't put it on my face or anything, I just swatched it on my hand, but I'm really hoping this works for me. I already said without further ado, but let's get into actually putting on the makeup. I'm gonna put on my face primer. So this face primer wasn't mine, but my mom is letting me try it out. It's the Good Molecule Silicone-Free Priming Moisturizer, and recently I tried the Benefit Cosmetics new water-based Professional. That one I'm kind of in the middle on because I don't always see an immediate difference with it, but it's not bad. It's just I was expecting it to do way more because it's called a Professional. Their original Professional is one of their best-selling products, so I was really thinking it would absolutely fill my pores, and it just hasn't been. I can kind of see a slight blurring effect with it, but again, not as much as I was expecting it to. I mean, I love Benefit products, do not get me wrong. I use all of their brow products. I'm a huge fan of Benefit. It's just that one product I'm in the middle about. I tried this recently. This primer has actually worked a little bit better for me than the Benefit one. It does feel very hydrating on the skin. So another reason why I bought this foundation is because even my go-to foundations, some of them are not working for me. The cold weather going on and my face is just so much drier. It's interesting because if I use something dewy, like it will slide off of my face even in the winter time. So I like that this is soft matte because that is what is working for my face right now, and also satin matte, so any finishes like that will really work for me. I got a new brush because my other one, it's like a little staticky. I don't know if you can see that. Some of the brush hairs like totally came out, but well, not came out of the brush, but they're just fanning out. It literally looks like this has static. It's really funny. My other one was super gunked. Wait, sorry, I'm actually not going in with foundation first. I always go in with eyes. How did I forget that? I don't even know. I totally just used a pair of my mom's sewing scissors to open this, but it was so tiny and thin that it actually worked super well to cut that open. Okay, so here is what the primer looks like. It only comes in one shade, and it said it was universal. Online it looks a lot deeper than my skin tone. In person it doesn't look too bad, although this is frosted. It's really interesting. And this is just the shape of the packaging. From the back, it looks like that's all that's in there, but when you turn it to the side, there's more. Very interesting packaging. Your regular doe foot applicator. I'm just gonna put it on my ring finger. Now this is a lot deeper than my skin tone, so we'll see. It's a little bit deeper. I think this is actually closer to Selena's skin tone, but when I blend it in, I can absolutely make it work. It's not super noticeable. I was expecting this to be a little bit more like full coverage. The NARS one is white, not super white, but pretty much blends to like a translucent. Before this video, when I was gathering all my products, I was literally thinking, what the heck am I gonna do for eyeshadow? It's President's Day today, and I don't ever film on a Monday, but this past Saturday I was like, I don't really feel like filming. My PMDD has been pretty strong lately. I've been fine since I've had this few days of time off, but I don't know, I was just not feeling it. So I'm not gonna title it, but partly this could be like a PMDD therapy video. Because even today I'm kind of like, I just want to relax. I need rest. My body needs rest, but I really need to film this video so I don't have to wait till Saturday, and I'm actually going to my friend's birthday for Saturday. So I don't want to wear a bunch of new makeup when I don't know how it's gonna wear. So, why do I keep grabbing this brush? I am not doing face stuff first. Get it together, Jordan. And I just grabbed my foundation. Oh my gosh. I think I applied a little bit more on this eye than this eye. It's not super full coverage. I was really hoping it would be, but I did watch the video on the product page on Sephora, and also just reading the description that it will make your eyeshadows blend in very smooth, and that's what I would really like to see. I don't ever use liquid eyeshadows, but today is a new day. A waterproof liquid to powder eyeshadow that delivers effortless blending and smooth crease resistant color. So I am going to use my ring finger and apply this on one eye with my finger, maybe with the other eye apply it with a brush. There's our color. It looks, oh my gosh, that's dark. That is, that's dark. It's coming off a bit more orangey on camera, but it's actually more of like a milk chocolate, if you will. I wouldn't really think of this as a mauve, but it is going on really well. There were other shades, but I didn't really think it would look good on my skin tone. It's fine. I mean, it did blend in really, really well, but I'm not sure I'm crazy about the color. I brought an eyeshadow brush, but not the one I was thinking I had. I don't know how this is gonna work, but I'm just gonna paint this on, I guess. This is a clean brush. It's feeling a little wet. And if I kind of just stamp it on, that's a lot better than trying to swirl it all in at first, because I think that's where it could get a little bit patchy. I think with the brush it definitely brings more pigmentation application wise. I haven't worn orangey shades in a while. This isn't mauve to me, this is orange. I would never think that this was a mauve. I just put a little bit more on my brush. There's one area of my eyelid that it's not grabbing to. It's like right in the center. So I think I'm just gonna take my finger again, make it a little bit more even as far as pigmentation goes on this side. Ooh, it is grabbing to this area. Okay. Totally just pilled there. I'm not really big into liquid eyeshadows, so I'm not an expert about this. I'm gonna take my ring finger and just see if I can blend over that one part. And I'm not gonna leave it just like this. I'm definitely putting something over it. I don't know if I like this. I don't mind the formula, it's just the color. I know it's really bringing out my blue eyes, but I just don't see this as mauve tone. Like, all I'm seeing is like an orange undertone to it. So I was like thinking I'd be a little mauvey on the eyes today. I'm gonna have to see how that wears. I'm just gonna move on instead of staring at it, contemplating. Pat McGrath Topper Sparkle. Oh boy. Pat McGrath Topper Sparkle right here. Oh, and the reason why I was actually able to try the liquid eyeshadow is because it's vegan. It's not gonna have carmine in it. I don't know if I had like super high expectations for that liquid eyeshadow because I don't use them that much, or really at all. I need some darkness in the outer corner. Taking the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Palette, Smoky Eyes Are Forever, and going into Happy Eyes right there. I didn't plan it that way, but that shade, oh wait, that's not the one I want to go for. Dang it. Here, we'll try it. Typically, I would do the outer corner and then the sparkle. Oh well. I was going for the Confident Eyes, the middle dark brown shade. This shade I'm applying right now does go with the liquid eyeshadow shade pretty well. I'm gonna take more Pat McGrath Sparkle, dab that in the same place as before. This would also look really good with eyeliner. Eyeliner is always that one extra step that could take you forever to do, so I just skip it when I go to the office because you just never know. Looked like on my right eye, the liquid eyeshadow went up higher than that one, even though I use a brush on this one. It's probably because I was using my finger and not really paying attention and not getting a super precise application. I do have a new mascara not with me. It's the sample that I got in my online order that I'm waiting, so I'm going to be using my go-to mascara, which is the Anastasia Lash Brag. Super mini sample. It was a 100-point perk. They've been using this as the 100 points and I'm like, keep it coming because I love this mascara. Although I will say it's a little bit difficult to apply because the brush is large and the cap is not. It's okay, I still love it anyway. Amazing. Always makes my lashes look so good. So long, separated but volumized at the same time. Amazing. Did I pull out an eyelash? I probably did because there is a gap. I just asked my mom about my eyeshadow and she said it doesn't look orange to me. She said it could just be this lighting, but this totally looks orange in my viewfinder and over here, but she said there are different shades of mauve because when I think of mauve, I think pink and purple. I'll have to keep trying it though. Using just a quick Benefit Precisely My brow pencil, fill this in. Typically I go in with my Gimme Brow, but I haven't really been liking the way it's applying. When I've been applying it just makes everything look kind of messy. This is a Precisely My brow pencil, so I get to look a little bit more precise, but not super precise to where it looks fake. In December, I had gotten my brows waxed and tinted. Just that really clean, just got my eyebrows done kind of look is what I've been going for. Not feathery. They're not my style, not my thing. I do want my eyebrows to look more natural. The overdone brows with the brow gel, that has never looked good on me. I've tried it a few times. Did not look good. I think that's the quickest I've ever done my brows, just like a quick run through. Usually this pencil like takes me so long, but I think because I've been using those products for several years, just doing my brows for several years, I'm like actually getting faster at it, which is really nice. It usually takes me a very long time to do my brows. Okay, so now we're gonna do the foundation. I really hope that this matches me. I think it will. I know it looks super bright on camera and it looks like it does not match my skin, but I think this one could match. I don't even know what I was years ago. Still a thick foundation. Now I can use this brush. I don't remember having this scent. Does this have fragrance in it? It doesn't say it's fragrance free, but I don't see anything that says perfume or fragrance in it. I don't know what that could be. It smells like a perfume. It smells slightly floral. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot how much coverage this face gives me. This is the kind of coverage I want, guys. I love full coverage. It's applying really nicely with this primer. I feel like some of my first impressions, like the face and how things are looking and applying, have not been going well, so if this goes well, I'm gonna be really happy. Because it's interesting how sometimes I'll try things on camera, they don't work, and then I'll try things off camera and they work. I don't get it. I never used to do a ton of first impressions because of that reason, because I was like, well, I don't want them to not work on camera and then work for me off camera. But now I'm just doing what I can. I really like doing these videos. I want you guys to see how this works on my skin tone and undertone. I can't say I can always find my shade in foundations. Like I'm a dominantly cool undertone, but leaning neutral too. Undertones I have to pay really close attention to. Hello. This looks so good on my skin. Oh my gosh. My mom helped me pick out the shade, but this shade matches me pretty well. Okay, there's one part right here it's not totally grabbing to. Everywhere else, it's looking really nice. It's not super strong, but I don't really like that fragrance that's in there. And it's weird because it doesn't say fragrance in the ingredients, so I don't know what it is that's making it smell like that. But this looks so good. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Now I'm gonna try the Dior Concealer. I'll try the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Concealer in Birch another day because I already know how that concealer works and wears. Or at least I know how an older version of it looks and wears. So this is the Dior Concealer. My mom said that this is a really good concealer. Just slightly different than what you typically see with a doe foot. It's just like a little bit more curved. I can't smell that fragrance. Oh, that's dark. It was not the shade I was thinking. I think this is the lightest shade too. I was hoping this would be like a little bit brighter. I mean, I did notice that I'm using a lot of concealers that match in with my skin. And I know a lot of people started doing that too. I didn't start doing that on purpose. It just kind of happened. But I also don't want to have like super bright white under eyes either, like how we used to do our makeup, because that can not look so great in pictures, especially if you're using flash. And setting powders do matter for that factor as well. Oh, okay. This actually isn't that bad. Am I actually having a really good face day? Because, wow. I do have fine lines, just keep that in mind. So a lot of the concealers I have, even though favorites, and again, colder weather, they've just been creasing on me a little bit, settling a little bit. It happens. Oh, that concealer looks so good. What? I actually kind of want to see if there is like a slightly lighter shade, but I think I made it work. I almost want to build it up a little bit more, but it does say it's full coverage. We'll keep the one layer. I'll see how it wears as a one layer, and then I'll keep testing this out. I have my Chanel setting powder. I don't think this specific one is available anymore. My powder brush is the Ulta Beauty blush brush. This one came in a kit that I got as a gift like a while ago, but they have a ton of brushes if you can find one, or have one that's like this kind of shape. So just use whatever works for you. I'm definitely gonna have to check how all this looks in a bit of a normal lighting. In this lighting, my basement lighting and my ring light, everything looks really good. Even my eyeshadow might be growing on me. Even though like I love colorful eyeshadow in one way, because I don't wear these tones that often, it's like bold for me in a way. This foundation, I just totally forgot how nice it looks on my skin. I don't know how new this is, but I saw it in my mom's collection and I really wanted to try it. It's the Melt Makeup Cream Blush Light in Honey Thief. Interesting name. Do you need to apply bronzer first though? The Gucci bronzer. This is their bronzing powder in 01. This is also my mom's product, but I really like it. I've been switching between this one and the Makeup by Mario. I definitely really like Gucci a lot better. The Makeup by Mario, I do like it. I don't love it as much as this Gucci one. This Gucci one just blends into your skin no matter what formula of foundation or anything that you're using. It just blends in like butter. I said these exact words in another video, but it blends in exactly how you want every one of your bronzers to blend in. Kind of just grabbed a little bit weird right in this area, but regardless, it just blends in so nicely. The Makeup by Mario one, it can look a little bit streaky across my forehead for some reason. I really don't understand what it is. It could be the foundation, I don't know. The undertone is fine. I would say, again, it's one that's working for me right now. In the summertime, I usually use Fenty. I got the Makeup by Mario one at the Sephora sale at the end of last year, and I feel like I'm still trying it out. It's one of those things that I'm just like constantly using and trying with all different types of formulas. I think people usually use this with their fingers, and that's actually how I have been applying my other highlighters, because I noticed, and I don't know if it's the brush I'm using, because the brush I'm using is technically for eyeshadow, but I find it to be really nice for highlight. My other ones are just going on kind of chunky, so I'm just gonna try this with my finger. Ooh. Oh, I was so not expecting that. Let's swatch. This is over foundation that I just put on my hands, just so you guys know, but oh my gosh. Wow. I really hope this works because I love blinding highlights. I think I just grabbed way too much, but yeah, I definitely grabbed way too much. I don't really like the way I'm applying it. Ooh, you can probably see that from space. I just applied it so weird. I'm gonna grab my brush. Some of the blush will cover it, so let's try it with just the brush on this side. Okay, yep. I like it with a brush way better. I was using like this entire top part of my finger to do that, and so instead of it going like in one little area, it dropped down to like here. It looks a little bit odd on that side. The color seems to be nice. I'm not totally seeing gray, but I am seeing my dark spots underneath. I like the shade, but I guess the way it's applying is not like, oh my gosh, this applies amazing. Let's try the finger actually. Again, we'll try it again. Maybe it is the finger. Ooh, I think you need like a little bit of both brush and finger. From the side I can't really see. I have to like super turn my face. You can definitely see it when I turn my face. I also want to see it like head on too. Put some on my nose. Oh, hello. Very glowy. Very glowy. I'm gonna try that out more. I guess I was just expecting it to like see it more when I'm looking head on and not like having to turn my entire head one way to see it. I really like peachy blushes. My mom said it's not as bright as it looks. It looks pretty bright on camera, but mid-tone I'd say in person. Oh, that is orange. Oh my gosh, I think I grabbed way too much. I only did like a few dabs. This looked like nothing on my mom's skin. It does have, everything has a fragrance today. This one kind of smells like the Fenty powders. Wow, I mean, if you want a bright blush, here is your product. Oh, wow. Well, now I have to do it on the other side too. It does go with my eyeshadow though. Oh my gosh. This is way more and way more pigmented than what I'm used to. I mean, I don't know, like from the side, it is intense. Does this look good on me? I don't know. Oh, this girl needs powder. I'm not covering like the entire thing, just around the edges. I feel like every single time I've tried a new blush or like new to me blush on camera for you guys, it's been super vibrant on my face. It's really interesting. If I diffuse the powder like around the edges like that, I don't mind it. It still looks pretty intense from the side. I mean, it does have like a nice little line right there. And I don't mean that sarcastically, like from far away it looks nice. Like I really chiseled my cheek. Okay, let's see what my mom thinks about that, because it looked like super natural on her. Maybe I just put too much on, I don't know. What she'll probably say is, wow, I can actually see your blush, because whenever I put on layers and layers and layers of blush, she's like, oh, I don't really see much. And I'm like, I just spent 5 minutes trying to build up color. Maybe I'm using the wrong blush, I don't know. Filling in the brows a little bit. I'm still shocked on my foundation. A lot of products on my face, I don't think I mentioned it in other recent first impression videos. Some products are emphasizing texture, creating texture and grabbing in weird areas. That's kind of what I'm used to, but it looks pretty good. My forehead, it's just that one area that it's like grabbing a little bit weird. It's usually this area that I can really see my pores. And I can see them like a little bit, but it has not looked this good in a while. I'm just gonna take Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette again and just go into that reddish brown shade in the happy eye section and just line my lower lash line. Again, the liquid eyeshadow, it's kind of growing on me. This just is not a tone I wear very often. Like, I have been wearing a lot of neutrals for work, and when I go to the gym, it's always on my gym days where I'm like, I want to wear pink eyeshadow, like super pink eyeshadow. I don't really care about wearing stuff like that to the office. I've worn like super bright pink eyeshadow, like they literally don't care. I've worn a green glitter look to the office. They don't care, which I love because I love color. But it's always on my gym days where I'm like, I want to wear super colorful makeup, and I'm like, I am not wearing that to the gym. No way. These eyelashes are always thriving. This one like drooped down a little bit, but that's like with every mascara I've been using. But it doesn't look as bad. Wow, I am so not used to this blush and eyeshadow look, but it's looking somewhat monochromatic. My lip. Oh my gosh, my lip might actually complete this entire look. Did not plan that. So again, this is the Rare Beauty with Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm, and my lips have been so dry recently. Oh, that is metallic. Very creamy. Literally glides on. That is not my shade. Nope. As I put more on. Dang it. Maybe if I were tan, but that's not gonna be for a long time. Oh my gosh, this one has a fragrance too. What is with fragrance and products? I don't get it. No, this one has like a floral fragrance. It's kind of interesting, especially if you're gonna be eating food. I don't really get it. And now I can taste the floral scent flavor. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna set my face. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I'm gonna be taking this lip color off after this. Okay. Okay, wait, my face is still drying. Can't do that yet. Actually, 1 second. Just set my brows. Benefit 24-hour brow setter, my favorite brow gel. That is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Quick recap. Okay, the Rare Beauty eye primer, I'm gonna have to try this out more. I did try it with a Rare Beauty product, so of course the two formulas are definitely going to work together, but I really need to try this with my Anastasia Norvina Pro Pigment palette. I did try it with some Charlotte Tilbury shades and it seemed to work pretty well, but there was an area right here, some sparkle is blocking it, where the liquid eyeshadow just wasn't grabbing to that area. So now that's covered, you can't really tell, but I definitely need to try that eye primer with all my other eyeshadow formulas. My concealer for Dior, this actually looks pretty good. It is creasing a little bit. The Chanel powder works with very specific formulas, so I don't really know how it's going to work with a certain concealer formula until I use it. So it is creasing just slightly. That could just be due to like dry under eyes, but so far the color actually isn't that bad, at least in this lighting that I can see. And also my under eyes have been creasing, so I guess I'm kind of used to it at this point. So it doesn't really look that bad. I think it works pretty well with this foundation. Speaking of the foundation, I'm keeping this. Well, I'm gonna try it out more, but I definitely want to keep it. So far, I think it looks so good on my skin. I definitely need foundation like this more in my collection. The foundation brush, of course, is one of my favorites. It applied the foundation so nicely. Not in order, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to return this lip product because it is not my shade and I can taste the floral in my mouth and I don't like it. I don't bash on products, but like if I don't like it, I don't like it. You know, everyone's different. Different things work for different people. Oh my gosh. But I don't want to taste floral all day long. But I really want to find more Rare Beauty products to really like and enjoy. That liquid blush color I can only use in the summertime because it is pretty bright, it's peachy, really looks good when I have a tan, but in the wintertime it does not look good on me. So I have to wait a little bit to use that. The liquid eyeshadow, I put it back in its case because I was like, I may return this. I'm gonna have to try it out more. Again, it's really just not a tone that I wear. When I was thinking mauve, because the shade is called Nearly Mauve, I was thinking pinky purple and I'm like, that's gonna look great. Although this does kind of represent how it looked on the model on the line. She's a light skin tone, but just slightly deeper than me. So it'd be going against her skin tone and undertone. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out more, but I do like how it applied. With a brush, it definitely provided more pigmentation, but I think it was a little bit smoother with just my finger. The Melt Blush, this is bright. Don't need a lot at all. I'm gonna have to try that out more another day. It does pack a punch, I will say, and I'm gonna have to see how this wears. This is my mom, so it's not like I'm gonna return that or anything. And then the highlighter, I had higher expectations because I've just heard so many good things about this and it is one of their best sellers. So I have to completely turn to the side to see my highlight. I really want to see it head on. That's what I was really hoping for because I just don't see that with my other highlights, but this is pretty blinding, so I'm gonna try it out more. I like how it looks on my nose. Again, I really hope you like this video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos on beauty, health, and Jesus content. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye!